And moving on, specialty coffee chain Third Wave Coffee has forayed into a new segment beyond just coffee, launching a range of bubble teas amid rising demand for such beverages, especially among Gen Z. In a conversation with Shilpa Rani Peta, the co-founder Anirudh Sharma also spoke about the company's target to turn profitable this fiscal and clocking a growth of 35 to 40%. Take a look.
Currently, we are 165 operational stores across 12 cities. We closed the last financial year with 150 stores. So we opened 50 odd stores so far. We want to have a quality growth path, be able to be profitable, and close this fiscal year with around 220 to 240 stores this year.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about the launch today. From being a proper coffee shop today, you're foraying into boba, and you're also expanding your matcha range also. What's the idea behind the launch of baubles, and what was the consumer insight behind that?
So we've always been and will always be a coffee first brand. Having said that, we have always wanted to make sure that our relevance to consumers, different genre of consumers and relevant across day parts was very, very important. And that's one of the reasons why we adapted to the matcha culture very, very early on and launched matcha back in 2019. When we saw the trend picking up, the millennials, Gen Z adapting towards and indulging towards the bubble teas, we wanted to make sure that that is also part of our offerings, because those are also our customers who have coffee as a functional beverage. We've seen the beverage consumption increasing, and we wanted to make sure that these offerings are there on our own menu as well.
Can you talk about the target that you have? What are we going to see? Are we going to see you entering new cities, especially, I think, which would be tier 2, 3 markets, or are you mainly or largely focusing on further populating the metros that you're already there in?
I think this year we also entered Chennai as a new market. We entered Mysore as a new market. Mangalore, Trivandrum as a new market. So we've also entered a lot of new markets, but the focus would be to go deeper into these markets, open a lot of neighborhoods. I think there's a lot of potential for us to open up in existing markets. We are only 25, 26 odd stores in Bombay itself. As a brand, we do feel that these markets can easily take 100, 150 stores, without any stress.
And you closed in at about 241 crores in revenue for FY24. What is FY25? How did FY25 look like for you? And what are are you confident of maintaining this healthy high double-digit growth going forward as well, especially given you have such a strong expansion plan in place?
See, we are very careful when it comes to store locations, the way we sign our stores, the ramp up that happens, and for us, we want to make sure that we have a 35 to 40% growth year on year.
Okay.
Making sure that the growth which is there, the profitability remains consistent across year, and we don't see any shift happening over there. So that's what the focus is on, where we have that P&L rigor, we have the profitability rigor, and we have a revenue growth of 35 to 40%.
How many of your stores are currently EBITDA positive or profitable at this point?
We actually have close to around 90% plus stores which are EBITDA positive.
Right. And I mean, how far do you see a company level operational profitability for you?
See, our focus and our aspiration is to become profitable this financial year.
Okay.
And that's what we'll eventually target for.
Okay.
This year, as I mentioned, we want to make sure that we have a 35-40% incremental from last year.
Right. So you've already hit about 300 crores in revenue. Yeah. You've crossed that?
We have not crossed that.
Okay. How do you view the competitive intensity right now, and what are the levers that you're playing? Is it purely on innovation? Is pricing an important lever that you can play when it comes to competition?
So it's a balance. We look at the way we are expanding, the stores that we open up, where we open up. Pricing is a very important part of it. How do we make sure that we are a lot more accessible to consumers? We were the first one to launch our own loyalty app, where we had subscriptions, we had app, people could order through it, get a cashback, which also made the pricing and the cost very affordable, very accessible to consumers. And that was the whole idea, that how do you make sure that a consumer visits and comes to you every single day? Because despite any other format, coffee shops are one place where people want to come every day. It's an everyday brand, everyday place, right? One of the other very strong verticals and levers that we have is the innovation. That is one thing that keeps us fresh, keeps us new, keeps us relevant. Because the frequency of visits is so high, fatigue hits in hard. And that's why consumers look at new things, look at new products, look at freshness. You can always go back to your classic and your everyday beverage, but having that really helps us get newer customers and something new to offer to consumers as well.